Let's go now to Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who led the so-called storm of the GOP lawmakers into the House Intelligence Committee hearing last week. Thank you for being here, Congressman. So, hashtag Matt Gaetz is a tool. What's that all about, my friend?
I don't think there's anybody who triggers the left quite like I do, Eric. And if I'm a tool, I think that tool is a sledgehammer, because we're making sure that this process is fair for the president and that we show that President Trump is innocent, that he is not engaged in any impeachable conduct. We think the more that we get the facts in front of the American people, the more that will become apparent. But you'll recognize, Eric, that just 2 weeks ago, Nancy Pelosi was saying that a public vote was only a Republican talking point. Last week, we exposed this process for being the illegitimate sham that it is, and now Democrats are going to have to go on the board. And in those 30-some districts where Democrats are representing voters who supported President Trump, the heat's going to be on.
So what is the difference now that they took this new vote, Congressman? Are you going to get subpoena power? Have they decided that yet, or is that still off the table?
Democrats have done all they can to make this look like the process that President Clinton and President Nixon went through. In fact, it is far different. In an unprecedented way, Nancy Pelosi has the Intelligence Committee conducting the impeachment factual development instead of the Judiciary Committee. I think the reason she's doing that is because in the Judiciary Committee, when they brought Bob Mueller forward, when they brought Corey Lewandowski forward, when they had that crazy day where they brought John Dean in, like the ghost of Christmas past, it was a disaster for Democrats. The Republicans far outdid them, and now they're trying to keep the factual development away from the Judiciary Committee as much as possible and to give Adam Schiff the ability to prosecute this impeachment. But I think the country sees Adam Schiff for the power-hungry partisan that he is, and I think it's a mistake to give him this power.
Congressman, you were thrown out of a committee hearing. Can you tell us what that was all about?
Sure, I showed up because I thought that if Adam Schiff and a bunch of Democrats were trying to overturn the results of a U.S. election, that they ought to do it at least under the review of the members of Congress who've been elected by the American people. They have to have secrecy because their facts can't withstand a true airing before the public. And so I went to see what was going on, and Adam Schiff and the rest of the goons down there trying to impeach our president didn't like it very much. But now the American people see what happened, and so they're having to have a public vote.
Yeah, you know, most of the American people are watching this right now. We blanket the country with TV coverage. I think most of the country wants to hear these hearings. They want it to happen. Let's be honest with you. They want to know what really happened. But they also want to hear it on both sides. They want to hear from both sides and what's really going on instead of behind closed doors. Let me do this. Congressman Matt Gaetz from Florida to Congressman Adam Schiff from California. Adam Schiff, what do you want to say to him right here?
Adam Schiff, what are you afraid of and what are you hiding? Why is it that you're huddled in the basement of the Capitol, engaging in questions and then blocking Republicans from being able to ask questions? Why aren't you willing to come before the public and have a true airing of these facts? And why is it that there's a process for President Trump that deviates from the impeachment process that was applied to President Clinton and President Nixon? The American people understand fairness, and they understand that Adam Schiff is fundamentally an unfair person.
All right, we will reach out again to Congressman Adam Schiff, because we have in the past. We'll do it again, see if we can get him to come on and respond to you. Before we let you go, just about 30 seconds or so, Congressman, this hashtag fight you got going on. By the way, Andy Lesnar, not a bad guy, ultra-liberal, but not really a bad guy. He's the executive producer of The Ellen Show.
Well, look, I mean, the executive producer of The Ellen Show, one would think, might adhere to Ellen's theory that we ought to be nice to one another and kind. All I did was take a picture of myself, the president, and the lovely first lady at the baseball game, and Andy Lesnar decided to drop an F-bomb and say what a bad person I am because I took a picture with the president at the baseball game. So if that's the way that The Ellen Show and their employees want to behave, it certainly deviates from their public statements.
Congressman Matt Gaetz from the great state of Florida, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Eric.